I am holding in front of me a stored bottle of body armor. I have been storing food now when I would be due to have another delivery within the next, day or two, but I have enough food for now. I don't need a delivery yet, but what I am low on are M&Ms. I want the M&Ms, but I don't have them yet because I have other food I'm storing and I need that for hunger. But I also need M&Ms because I don't eat M&Ms when I'm hungry, unless now I'm sort of looking at peanut M&Ms when I'm hungry. Well, peanut butter M&Ms when I'm hungry are good, but if I can't get peanut butter M&Ms, I would like peanut M&Ms when I'm hungry, and I would like to be specific. Charles Toe brought me dark chocolate peanut M&Ms, and I tried them and I liked them. But I would normally say no to the peanut M&Ms, the regular ones, the milk chocolate peanut M&Ms. I tried those in the 80s and I didn't care for them immediately. But now I have a taste for dark chocolate peanut M&Ms. I do like them. I can taste the banana in here right now, of strawberry banana. I would rather have something else, but this is what I can afford to drink right now because it's been stored here. I didn't give it up when somebody came to make a delivery of food because once it's delivered, it's really mine, but it's being stored here. Yes, this is one I would trade up for something better. Yeah. What would I like instead? Well, I like berry. Berry's what I asked for, and this is strawberry, but it has banana in it. If it was a strawberry banana smoothie, so if it had like milk, sugar, strawberry, take the tops off the strawberries, of course, strawberry, banana, what else? Honey, a little honey in there and blend it up. I would like that. I would make that myself, but I don't have what it takes to do that here because this apartment is deceased the wrong way. The kitchen is not usable. I use it in like it's an emergency every day of my life for 13 years. It's so much of an emergency. I elsewheres out of the 13 years lived outside homeless because it was an emergency to eat outside homeless. So my kitchen problem is not solvable. I don't want to be here very long because I can't use the kitchen the way I want to. And this kitchen has small or occasional, I guess you could say any size cockroaches. I don't want them, of course, that's unsanitary. I'm not somebody who would have a cockroach in my life, but I am living in that you don't believe in me. And I have many of the problems you would have if you said yes to myself and no to yourself. When you say no to myself and yes to yourself, I get your problems, including cockroaches and bed bugs. I even saw a mouse in this apartment and I screamed until I died. And then Charles Toe came to the door and he got the mouse out of the bathroom. But where did it go? Because I thought it was somewhere in the apartment. Yeah, I don't know where the mouse went, but that was a number of years ago. I told Jerry, that the landlord, GERI, I told her about the mouse, and I let her look around in the apartment for the mouse. and she didn't find it and I didn't find it either, but it was scary because I'm deathly afraid of a mouse bite. I would live outside. I would not get a mouse bite inside. If I get a mouse bite outside, I would still worry. Yeah. I really don't like this. Can I get rid of it? I don't like it. It needs something else. Well, when I mixed it with the punch, tropical fruit punch, or tropical fruit punch, I didn't complain about the taste. I don't like either one of them. I don't like tropical fruit punch separately. I don't like strawberry banana separately. Because I don't like the banana in here, but I like the strawberry. I'm saying it again because it has strawberry, and I really do like strawberry. Uh, when I mixed the two together, I liked it. I don't know why. I'm trying to say no right now. Oh, we'll see what happens. If it gets thirsty, I might drink more. So what's wrong with what I want and what I don't want? Well, somebody brought this in for me. I asked for body armor berry. And then I got something that was exactly what I asked for, but if I had shopped this myself, I wouldn't have picked out this one because it has banana. And I didn't say that when I ordered it because I didn't know what they had. I know body armor flavors, but they're not always the same by guarantee, not really. I could say I know a flavor like the gold label body armor. They didn't have that one, is what I think, because I didn't get it. But I like the gold label. Yeah, I don't know all, because I would try anything. I would try, I'm trying this and I'm saying it's no, but I have a few of them left. So what's to do with that I can't send this back or tell anyone I don't want it, or because you have this problem amongst yourselves, but you don't pay attention to that because you're shunts. Well, why are you so sensitive about who you are? Why don't you say, I'm a shunt of a human being who doesn't believe in the soul because that's my money? Well, you're not supposed to have any money, but that's the money you are in the bank. You less than say that that's the money you are in the bank. You have to hear it from me is not due. No, that's you just not being honest about the debt you are. You can't possibly be helpful to God with the debt you are. You can't be formed because you're not able to represent what you are is formed. If you're an ugly person, you don't say you're ugly and go outside and wait for God to give you a death. For that reason, because you're ugly. You have to say that as God. I'm ugly, I'm outside waiting for God to give me a death because I'm ugly. That's my point. You have to say that as God. And otherwise, you're not fair that you were ever formed. Because you can't be an ugly person with a sky high mental capacity who's very wealthy and tells everyone they're comfortable talking over their ugly to anybody who's not themselves about any subject because you're just so well known and well off. Right? Nobody needs that. You're not a fair representation of what God made you to be, and you cannot be paying for something that you were formed. You can't pay for anything that way. You don't pay for yourself that way. You don't pay for that. You were formed that way. You're a burden to God like He made a child. If you're an ugly person, you don't know how to die in God. You don't know how to go outside and wait for God to come and get you. And if anyone talks to you, you have to say, I'm ugly, I need to die in God. And that's why I'm outside homeless. I don't have anything to add to what you're saying to me. That's you having to say that as God and get a death on that point. You might get a whole new form. You don't have a name anymore, that you don't have the same name, you don't have the same appearance. It'll be gone. And instead, you hang on to your ugly and you talk over your ugly and you tell everyone that you're excellent, and you're not. You're ugly. You're hiding what you really are. And you make all sorts of racist problems. I used to have a nose deformity. Someone pointed it out to me. Aaron Epstein and his friends. Yep, they pointed out to me that I have a nose deformity. So I went home, I went upstairs, I pulled out an extra mirror. I used the bathroom mirror that was on the, like, on the wall, and then I used a handheld mirror, and I looked at the side of my nose, and I was like, yep, there's something wrong with that. Well, I said he wasn't really um, saying anything that wasn't true. It was true. There was a nose deformity. I was just growing into it. I guess I was about uh, 12, turning 13. It was 12, turning 13, right around there. So he's not wrong about that. I lived with it for 5 years in a great amount of shame. And when I saw the nose doctor, Dr. Harvey Bach, I told him I wanted a straight nose. And I don't know what he normally hears because I know he's a disclosed ear, nose, and throat doctor and plastic surgeon. So he didn't say anything like about what I said, but he said something like, and he's going to cut the nostrils. And I don't know. He doesn't have to tell me that because he's the doctor. I'm not getting up off the table. So it was true. It's true that he's homeless that way. I have to lay on the table, and he put local anesthesia on my nose, but I had to lay there on the table, and it wasn't a problem. It was an order to lay there. I wasn't going to get up off the table because he scared me. No. I need some of this, but I don't want it. So that's how I dealt with the ugly problem I had in my face. But I got a more ugly problem. I got this. It's not fixable. It used to be like round. I think I would have gotten it anyway because my mom figure stopped cooking for me, and then I had this problem because I was still hungry. Well, I was a professional athlete and I was still eating at the time. And then I got my keys stolen a number of years later, and now I'm not doing sports or any kind of athletics. I'm not working out in the gym anymore. But I want to go back. Yeah, but I'm going to lose my godhead before I can go back to the gym. But why? Because I had so much fun working out. I like being healthy. I don't want this body anymore. I want a death on myself because I don't want this body anymore. Because it's not healthy. I can't go back to what it was before. But I wasn't healthy for you. I was healthy for me. I can't afford it. You're angry with me, so what? Because I can afford it. I can go to the gym. Are you jealous that I go to the gym? Do you know how many people went to the gym? There was always people around. Are they there near you? Not the same people. I suppose there are other people at the gym, but I used to be healthy. Well, they were there, and we don't speak. If you're at the gym, there's no talking. Well, I don't see what the problem was. No, you want to talk to me is not true. You don't like what I have to say. I want a death on myself because I don't have the happy I used to have before. When I was healthy, and that was for me. And that's why I'm trying to say that with myself. I was healthy for myself with myself. And it was myself that was making myself healthy. But I'm not healthy after home invasion into the front door, and I don't know why. You're not a Moser. Well, how do you expect me to solve this problem? Charles Toe's not a Moser. Well, what do you want me to do? You want me to substitute that he's not female, he's not castrated, he's not Moser, he's not named for me? I'm the first and alive. I'm not the last Moser, I'm the first Moser. So he's not a Moser, and he's not Donna, and then he's not Hans, and then he's not Steve, and he's not Mitch, and he's not Cheryl, and he's not Becky, that's me, and he's not a Moser at all. Well, what do you want me to do? Sometime after the last Moser, is Mitch the last one to be named? He named himself Moser. So that would have been like 1983, and then in the year 2001, somebody didn't have the name Moser and decided they were going to live in my keys. How is that fair? What do you want me to do about that? And I'm not healthy anymore. It's not fair. I want to go back to the gym in a hurry. I want a death on myself, akshav. That was somebody else's unhappy problem, and now that he's not here, wow, that took a long time, but he's not here anymore. I'm father time, I can go on. But what is wrong with it? Is nobody here going to listen to me? I am ready for a death. I don't want this. I don't like the banana. Oh. Some of Charles Toe's cooking is better than this, yeah. But I used to drink just water mostly. I've been drinking beverages for the last about 3 years, because 2 years, 2.5 years, because I have some hint of diabetic thirst. That means when I drink water, I want something sugary in the water for my thirst. I have normal thirst. I want water and I drink, but sometimes the sugar helps now at my age, yeah. So I asked for some beverages with sugar in them. This is my brand of choice. I still don't have that all the bottles of water I drink are this brand, but this is the brand I would choose if it was up to me. Here's what's wrong with it. This is a sticker on the back here. You can see that it comes up off the bottle on the side here. Right there. So in the front, you can see the mountains in the back, like Coors beer, right? Is Coors the mountains? Coors beer has mountains. If I'm wrong, that's because I don't drink beer. Um, I have had beer. I've tasted it. I know what it is, but I'm not a beer drinker. I don't drink beer. So this has mountains in the back, but that's the sticker, and that comes off, and I don't want to peel it off because right now I'm showing the way that it is. But this is my brand of water of choice, and I can't get what I want, and it has this sticker that is, I think, not up to the money I'm looking for, but this is a nice plastic. This is good plastic for that it's a bottle of water. So it's yes to the plastic, but maybe no to the shape of the plastic, and the back sticker here is not adequate. I see the mountains through the front, and that's nice, but it's on the sticker is like it can be peeled off and vandalized, and I don't want that. Sorry, I just suggested that. It's illegal for YouTube that I said that. We want the stock to be very intact because it's for myself deceased. It's not for you to buy it and try it because you're gluttony. Okay, eternal water is sourced from naturally alkaline springs. Alkaline, do we know what that means? Well, I have been in chemistry. I took a year of chemistry in high school and 2 semesters of chemistry in the university. So what is alkaline? All right, alkaline battery, yeah. Like Duracell, alkaline batteries, something like that. Okay, so alkaline springs, I'm not sure what that is. Naturally alkaline, in capital N, capital A. Our water filters through the layers of ancient rock, absorbing essential minerals, making it naturally alkaline. I don't need that. I want, well, my house had a spout from Culligan, branded, what do you call it? It's a spout. I can't see under the sink. I tried when I was older. I tried. I saw it at first when I was about 12 years old. I moved to a new house and it had a Culligan water spout in it. And then when I was 22 years old, I looked under the sink and I tried to find if anyone had been servicing this water spout. Like, is there equipment underneath the sink to see the water spout from Culligan? And are they going to service it and make it better, right? It wasn't bad, it was very good, but I just want to know how my house gets things done. And it's not enough leverage in my house. The Culligan spout was perfect, it had perfect water. Yeah. And it's called reverse osmosis water. I think that's on the spout, Culligan reverse osmosis water. And so I see reverse osmosis on a lot of the water, that bottled water that you buy. Um, that's what I need to see here. Protection from pollution. I have pollution up in here. Yeah. I don't know if you can protect from pollution because it's already in there. Yeah. I have pollution right on my mind. So that's why I don't want any more roommates, because I have enough pollution right on my mind. I don't need you to pollute the apartment, and so many sins of commission that I can't keep track of them all, and complain to my God that you're unfair to my life. You're unfair to myself and you're unfair to my life when you're a home invasion through the front door, as though I didn't know that and ask you to leave. With myself, because I am myself. Why would I have to say that as a speech offense? I don't want to die the wrong way. You're asking me, oh, you press me all the way until I worry about if I would die the wrong way or not, about something I would have on my mind but not say it out loud. Something like, I would like to be alone, please. Yeah. Pure and pristine source of water. It arrived in this bottle as nature intended, eternally perfect. Source: Shasta, Trinity, Alps, California. The Alps in California, not the Swiss Alps, and where in Switzerland. Well, I don't like the word pristine because we don't have Lisa Kutras deceased yet. So I would like the word pristine on this bottle of eternal water, eternal bottled water. Lisa Kutras and the word pristine, that's on hold. I'll see you in the afterlife. In afterlife review, afterlife court martial, afterlife deceasement. I'm going to lose my head. I'm going to lose the whole Godhead I'm in, and she wouldn't know me. Would she appear informed anymore, or we're going to talk right over her to the creator of herself that made her try and abduct myself in an apartment? And she used the word pristine, and I don't know what's pristine about her. How can she say the word pristine? Why, she ruined my life. She ruined my life. Don't know why. What did I ever do to you? How do you ruin somebody's life who didn't ruin your life to yourself? She one way ruined my life without me doing that to her. Who peed in your Cheerios? I heard that from Dr. Phil. I'm repeating that. Yeah, I'll give him the credit. Dr. Phil show, he's a psychologist for Oprah Winfrey, and then he had his own show. Oh, that's right. I can send them an email, info@eternalwater.com. Oh, somebody from Leave It Evictions email at gmail.com. I'm not supposed to send them any messages. They told me not to send them any messages. I know there aren't many viewers to my videos, so I'm going to say that here. If you can be nice and don't send them any messages, they said they're not interested in anything I have to say, but maybe they wouldn't say that from anybody who's watching this and might want to write to them. I'll try and write to this Eternal Water instead because I need a place to send messages about myself deceased. I want myself deceased. That's faster. If I'm deceased, it's faster than if you tell me not to send you messages. All right. Well, I can't open this right now because I'm saving it as long as I can save it until I absolutely have to use it in an order. So far, no. I'm saving it and using it because it's this name. Natural pH 7.7 to 8.2. pH, like telephone. Like you can have 7 phone calls. I can't say it because that's the threatening on the bottle. God knows what that means. All right, I'm finished.